Welcome to another Oh, I thought I had something right. Another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P. I'm joking. I gotta say something, y'all. Don't judge me. And if you've been on my show, please don't take it to heart, okay? Somebody had asked me, they was like, why you don't be having your your close friends on the show? And I'm like, because they never want to record. Like my friends I talk to like every day. So this is my first time having like a real know where the body's buried. Like we done did a lot of fun stuff out here. Friend on the show. So this is gonna be very fun and laid back, child. Our outline, I just put this shit together last night. So we gonna see what happens, y'all. But listen, I have a special guest on the show. Y'all may have seen him and you may remember him from the Top Sex Tips show. Keon.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it.
Well, listen, welcome back to the show. So we start every episode with a mental health check-in. How are you feeling? How's your mental health? How's your energy? How's your vibe? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's been a great couple of weeks, the past couple of weeks. So, been doing really good.
So nothing going extra good or extra bad?
Well, I just, I actually just bought an investment property.
Rich bitch.
And I closed a week and a half ago. And I renovated in about a week and a half, and I posted it on Airbnb.
I'm gonna tell you why I hate you. Here's a full circle moment, right? So I remember when we first met, and for a couple of years after, I always felt like you was my friend that had all this excess money. I didn't have as much excess money. So we would go out, or this is when I wasn't traveling a whole lot. And he'd be like, let's just travel, let's go here. And I'd be like, looking at my bank account, you have always been that friend who just got a bunch of money, and I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of this.
Being tired.
I don't know. I'm joking. I'm happy for you, though.
It's not that difficult.
It's not. You always say that.
I wouldn't say a whole bunch of money. I would say you're
comfortable.
And that's just my mindset, I guess, from in the military and
that's hard to say that, yeah.
And working and everything. So the goal was, initially I want to make enough money to pay my bills.
Do you think the military catapulted you into a comfortable financial situation?
It definitely humbled me.
Really?
There's not really a lot of money in the military at all.
But I'm thinking about the ability to get homes with that type of loan, write off your student loan, so type of thing.
I actually hadn't even used my VA loan.
Really?
I'm saving that for retirement. Yeah.
I'm saving that for retirement. For another property.
Because
oh my God.
The economy now is crazy. The loans and the interest rate and everything. And
I know the interest.
By the time I get old, I don't want to work. So
I know. When is somebody like you trying to retire?
I want to retire at 40.
Are you really trying to retire at 40 or are you joking?
Yeah. That's the plan. Doesn't look like it's going to happen because I was talking to a financial advisor and she said by the time I'm 40, $2 million would look like $200,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's the type of, I guess, fast forward economy that we're kind of.
That's very scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
I remember when having $1,000 felt like a lot of money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're waiting to save $1,000 in your bank account, which is crazy because that's the other great thing about the military is once you join, you don't have to pay for anything. Housing, food, all of that is taken care of.
Yeah.
So I came out of training and into college with about 30 G's.
Damn, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the military. My ex-husband's military, so I feel like the military it's a lot of extra money, especially if you play it right, that you can get, and you can also stack. Yeah, especially if you're married in the military, they give you extra money for that too, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying?
If you don't have expensive habits, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, true. Because I remember a story of this guy was, he was married to this lady in the military, and she would just wait. He was overseas, and he would wait by she would wait by the ATM while he was in Afghanistan at midnight for that money to drop just to take it all out.
Wow.
And when he came back home, they didn't have nothing, and he found her in bed with a neighbor.
Wow.
So it's a lot going on.
Yeah, no, I was definitely single.
Yeah.
My car was paid for out of high school. I actually had 2 cars. My dad bought me one. My mom's husband at the time bought me one. They were like competing with each other. So it was crazy. And then my phone bill, so back then, if you couldn't get me on the house phone, you couldn't get me.
Oh my God.
So I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't actually get a cell phone to the age of 21.
Why?
I'm from the country. I grew up around horses, pigs, chickens.
But they had cell phones in the country.
They did, but
but it wasn't that important.
Yeah, like what am I doing with a cell phone? Like,
I feel like, we've out of all these years, I don't think we've ever, like, I've met your mom, like I've met some of your family, whatever, vice versa. But I feel like we have similar backgrounds, which again is probably why we are friends, because like, you come from a stable background and you're used to seeing, certain things. That's also a catapult. Oh, I keep doing that. Oh my God. a catapult to like a foundation that will help you be successful when you come from like a stable whatever background. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from my parents, and like I'm not from the country, but it's not far from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just that down home stability. And I think it kind of helps you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're like, whenever you leave the home, you have that like foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like now is a lot of people check into TV, TikTok, social media. And it doesn't really, even with like religion, a lot of things are cultural. So I think social media is sort of developing different cultures throughout, I guess, the world. And then a lot of people sort of adapt to or take on some of those cultural things or beliefs. Yeah. Whereas me growing up, I was checked out.
Yeah. What do you mean checked out?
Meaning I was on a farm, working in the field.
A field? What does that mean? You were doing what?
Picking cucumbers.
You were?
And strawberries and cornfield. Yeah, all of that. Like my grandmother, I used to stay with my grandmother a lot on my dad's side. And for the longest, she didn't have like any running water in the house. So we used a well? A well. We pumped water out the well. Wow. We made our own soap to wash. Yep. Every morning we had to pump the water out of the well, heat it so that we could take baths.
What year was it? Like
this was
1990. Like what year was this?
This was the 90s. Yeah. Wow. This was in the 90s. When she raised chickens, pigs. Wow. Yeah, we had to like pump water in the bucket, dig a hole to like.
How have I never known this about you?
It's just I don't know.
Wow, that is so interesting. Now I gotta, Libra, I gotta process and overthink and analyze what you're saying. Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. Listen, my mental health is good. Oh, I mean, it's not okay. So listen, it's not bad. We'll just say it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm an energy person. I feel like I say the same shit every show, but it's just true. I'm very consistent. I'm very honest. Like I'm an energy person, and like when you put us together, I love you, but like I feel like it just gives me. I'm an energy person, so depending on who I'm around, it'll either charge my battery or deplete my battery. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when I'm around people with like energy that I like, good energy, it just like puts a charge into me. So I'm gonna just say right now, I'm feeling really good. I was bad. I was really, really bad. Like in the past 2 weeks, I just like a depression hit me for some reason out the blue. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't like it at all, obviously. And I haven't felt like a sadness like that in a very long time. So it just caught me off guard. But that was like a week or so ago. I'm feeling good now. So I'm just going to say that my mental health is good. I'm in good spirits. I enjoy my show. I enjoy having people on. And so I'm good. I'm feeling really, really good. Awesome. I have a question for you. This is so random out of everything. What are your thoughts on, I saw on social media last week, and this was every time I opened my phone, I kept seeing this over and over again, and it irritated the shit out of me. And I wonder how you would feel about this. When you get married, would you do a performance. I saw this influencer couple, maybe celebrity couple, got married, and they had all types of performances where they didn't just walk down the aisle. They had a performance for they like performed before they walked down the aisle, like doing some kind of dramatic mime looking shit. Then the wife performed for the husband with a dance, like a choreographer dance, and then the man did a dance. It was just a lot of that shit, and that's very popular nowadays. Like, how do you feel about that? I don't like that.
I don't know. I think, and again, it goes back to the whole social media
TikTok,
thing. Because I think at the point to where I do get married, it's really going to be about me and that person.
Do you want?
Uh-oh.
I'm keeping that in this show. Listen, oh my God. That's a first. I'm sorry, go ahead. Do you want to get married?
I don't. The older I get, marriage is so far. Is just getting so far because, yeah, and that marriage, and kids were never a priority of mine in my 20s.
Yeah. Okay.
It was always work and
making money.
Yeah, and having things and being comfortable and being happy and like my mental health.
Yeah.
And my peace. As I get older,
that's a very mature mindset.
I see myself reprioritizing things, and to be honest, kids are more of a priority than marriage.
All right, listen, right, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. I agree with that. If you want kids, I feel like if you like, and we're going to kind of get into this because I feel like we've known each other for so long, and I was telling him last night, I'm like, when we met. I mean, what year was that? I know it had to be at least 10 years ago. What year was that? Like, look at our mindsets, the wild stuff we did. And, and look at us now. It's such a dramatic transformation of the lives and the people we were so long ago to like now. Like, even you sitting here now, like, you're just so like calm and mature, not even drinking. Like, oh my God. We've just changed so much. You know what I'm saying? But that's like what you're saying. Like, before that wasn't on your radar, but now it is, and now it is like you don't have to be married. Like, why do you feel that way?
Because I feel like my happiness and peace comes first. You can have a kid. So you would want to have like the mother around, but you like you're saying like I guess how we're doing like you don't have to be married. Y'all could live together, or y'all don't even have to live together. I don't even know about live together. So this could change again. We're not the same people.
I know every month it changes.
Every month it changes, but just through my experience dating, it has been I found good women who are great mothers or could be good mothers,
but not a good partner to you.
Not a good wife. Not a good.
Let me tell you.
Because it's just their mental mind state, their insecurities, financial. It's a lot, especially with sort of me sort of being the provider in those almost relationships, and then bringing sort of a kid into that situation, and then having to sort of teach them and be like an advisor and counselor to
this is where me and you disagree. This is where me and you disagree. So disclaimer, we're both Libras. He's a Libra man, I'm a Libra woman. So let's pause, take a deep breath, and y'all ingest that. Like, he's a Libra man, I'm a Libra woman. So we have a lot in common, but we do see some things differently. So you said this to me before, and I'm like, well, that's your job. That's your job to like lead and form and mold. Like, that's a part of being a husband. Yeah,
and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with me sort of leading, being the provider, being the support, sort of being that foundation.
Yeah.
Where the problem comes in is if there's always me being an African American male. That's already up there in this universe. So having to deal with culturally things going on outside of my home, and then being able to mentally stabilize myself to support and deal with things inside of my home. It's a lot thing that we don't talk about. And I met with this lady in the gym. I'm not an expert on it. She is.
Yeah.
But mental health in Black men, African American men, and
it's lacking.
Yeah, you should see the suicide rates. I don't know it. I'm not going to quote it because I don't know it. But she told me in the gym, and she said, "I want to meet with you and your bros because I'm in a bike club."
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it because you'll never believe. In this situation, I met with her right after. What was the guy's name? I think it was it Twitch or Glitch?
Oh yeah, from Ellen show. Yeah. Twitch, I think.
Right after he killed himself, and no one knew. You know, I mean, you look at his situation from the outside.
He looked like he had a perfect life.
Exactly. So we also have to draw a line at, how much we have to take care of ourselves and our mental health. We also have to draw that line at home too, because with everything going outside of our home, we're going to also need that support. We're going to also need that foundation too.
I'm feeling so guilty about about how I'm being to my Black man. I'm sorry, go ahead. You're saying that.
So you never know, like the
triggers that'll push you over.
Yeah, or the things I could be hiding.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to show face at home, and
wow.
So it's important to like have that balance.
So you feel like, you're saying that your mental health has to come first, and that's kind of why you're not as, you're not, and listen, with every being in my fiber in my being, I respect that, because one thing about me, and one thing that I'm kind of jealous of hearing you say this is like, I took different turns down my journey based a lot early on based on what I thought my parents and my family wanted for me. And I feel like that's a whole show that I got to do, because some of these traditional values that we put into our kids can really mess them up. You know what I'm saying? And so hearing what you're saying, like, I agree with that. Like, you should come first. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. If you don't want to have kids, don't have kids. If you want to have a kid, have a kid. If you don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's just, the possibilities are endless. But I feel like you said, social media, society puts all this pressure on people, and this is what the norm is. But the norm for me could be a difference from the norm, different from your norm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I respect that. Like, that's major, because so many people are in marriages and in relationships with people that they don't want to be in, and now they have kids, and now they feel trapped. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, at least you are self-aware enough and have those boundaries and know, like, listen, me first. You know what I'm saying? I might want a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I might not want my mate to be there every single day. Now, how does that affect, like, dating for you? Because, I met your boo, which I'm sure is your old boo now. But I was excited. I know you well. I was excited to hang out with y'all, because I was like, she seems like so much fun, but also know my friend. And I know she probably wasn't going to be around that long. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how does that affect your dating?
I actually don't have issues with dating.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have issues with dating, but not issues with meeting people. Am I right or am I wrong? We're Libras. We're going to attract all day, every day, anywhere we go. It is what it is.
I wouldn't say issues with dating. I wouldn't say issues with meeting. I would say issues with longevity.
Why?
Because I'm the type of person, I don't commit until like a year in. I know this crazy, right?
Child, get out of here, honey. Yep, you got 3 months and you out of here.
And when I say, because here's the thing. Well, this is for me. When I first meet people, no, not all, but my
you're judging. You're lying. I'm sorry. You're judging. Yes, you are.
Okay.
You're judging. Don't lie now. Not lie. You're judging. Everybody judge from the first time. Some more than others. Everybody judge just from little small things when you first meet somebody. You are. I know you. Well,
granted, I may or may not, but I still am open and give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But you know me, you know my lifestyle, you know what I come with, the package that I come with.
Yeah.
So I find that when I get into relationships, there's this like facade or like honeymoon phase on sort of their end.
Wow.
Where it's like, I don't know, it's in most cases it's very sort of pretentious. Whereas I'm this, I'm that, I'm cultured, I've been here, I've been there.
I can see what you're saying.
When it's time to like pull that card, it's, oh, well, no, I don't know what that is, or I'm not sure what that is, and that's not the main thing that sort of drives my sort of decisions when it comes to relationship, but it's everything else. Because I've met a lot of women with like a lot of insecurities from past relationships. And then a lot of women that are opportunists and see sort of me
it's
and
money
an
bag.
opportunity to sort of so
like not just money but social circles, you know, all those type of things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like you can't hide that for a year.
No.
6 months.
Yeah.
We kind of teeter that line a little bit.
I'm coming out.
The real person is coming out. But a year in, you know the family, you know the financial situation, you know the mental health, the mental status. So you get a good grasp about like, do I want to move in with this person, or do I want to begin, you know, mixing ties, family ties and money ties and progression with this person. And I don't think a couple of months or a couple of weeks. So,
have you ever been in love?
Yes, absolutely.
Did that burn you?
It burnt me, yes.
How long were you and that person together?
About 5 years, I think it was.
Wow.
It was about 5 years. Because here's the thing, this girl chased me for a long ass.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, please, honey, child. You know where we at. Yeah.
And I was just not fucking with her vibe. Like it was just something about it that I wasn't rocking with it. And then after sort of that year, and then I was traveling. Like I think during that time, I had just kicked off my traveling. Yeah. So I was going to like Barcelona. This
is when I was poor and I couldn't go. I remember one time you told me, listen, now that I have a little bit of money, I remember one time you told me, you was like, y'all was going somewhere and y'all was going to like be on the beach and sleep on the beach, and I wanted to go so bad, but I didn't have the money to go. I wanted to go so bad. Oh my God, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, that was
what trip was that?
It was Go Topless. That was,
I wanted to go topless.
That was pretty.
Oh my God,
that was pretty dope.
But where was that? Cause I remember being so sad because you went. I couldn't go, and I remember sitting there thinking, "I wonder what he's doing now." I wonder what he's doing now.
That was in. That was Carolina Beach. So that's
it was not Carolina Beach. It was not. It was another country you were in.
Well, I did hit like the new beach in Barcelona.
You were somewhere where y'all like, I remember that night because I couldn't go. I remember that y'all went somewhere and y'all literally slept on the beach overnight or something.
Yeah, that was Go Topless. That was,
but it wasn't in the States. It wasn't because I could afford to go to home now for a moment, and it wasn't there. It was somewhere else y'all went.
It might have been.
Was it the
only other place was when I did Brazil Carnival, Rio de Janeiro.
I feel like that. I don't know. I just know it was somewhere that I couldn't afford to go at the time. I was so mad, and you went. Oh my God, go ahead.
That was amazing. We grilled lobster and shrimp and burgers. And,
oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a good time.
One thing about the Libra man is that he's very adventurous. Yeah. And I love that. So I don't know how far we can go in this conversation, but I was sitting here thinking, you talking about I keep touching you, I'm sorry. You talking about new beaches. You know I keep touching you.
Yeah,
I had a few drinks. But also because I've never had like a friend again, all y'all my friends, so don't come for me. But like a you know, whatever. We were talking about going to Miami to the new beach in a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks, yeah. And
I was sitting here thinking like, listen, this is where the mama's got to click off. I told you not to watch this show anyway. I've been to one new beach, and you had said like 5 minutes ago something about, you was like, your lifestyle. So what do you mean when you say that? Like you're open to the I'm gonna go to the new beach. I'm gonna do this. Like what does that mean when you say that?
For me, life is about experience. Like I mentioned, a lot of people do things, or believe things that are, I guess, cultural. They're habits that we bring in over time that we choose to accept or not accept. But I was reading this book. There's a difference between what you know and what you believe.
Okay, reading. You read a lot of books. Hey, yeah, child, who are you now? I don't know what's going on. I love this.
And that unless you have solid facts, it's just belief. So I believe when we do things, things, we should take full advantage because we only get one life. Like we don't know what's in store for us after this life.
I'm sorry because I'm sorry because I keep bouncing around, but hearing you talk is the shit that has been in my head so recently, and it's so eerie to me. But go ahead, because it's so scary.
Yeah, so we don't know. And here's the thing. Where I'm from, again, I'm from the country,
right?
So there's people in my hometown that's never been further than like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah, we love Myrtle Beach, child.
There's people that's never been further than like Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. So if something, and then here's the thing. Here's another fact about my hometown: the most dangerous county in North Carolina.
Is it? What county is it?
Robeson County.
Oh, is that near Fayetteville?
That's near Fayetteville.
Child, Fayetteville is scary, honey.
We may have been bumped down to number 2, but we were number 1 on the list for a while. So like drugs, executions,
rape.
Yeah. And then growing up, it was have kids.
Work at the plant
before graduating high school. Work at the plant, either the chicken plant or like Sophie's or something like that. So. Had I stayed in that same mindset,
you could have been in the plant. Oh my
I
god!
could be dead with no life experiences. And then as I travel the world, I see that people think differently, people believe differently, and then just based off of how I grew up, because I grew up in the church. Yeah. Things that people do around the world based off what I believe. We got a whole region of people going to hell just based on how I grew up.
Right.
So just, taking the time to go out and experience and do these things, because again, I don't know what's in store for me after this life. Right. So granted, I still sort of believe some of the Christian ways as far as growing up. But there's also things that I do want to experience. Yeah. And, I feel
like you want to experience everything.
So forgive me.
Right.
Whatever next life or God or forgive me. Yeah. But, while I'm here, I want to embrace it. I want to experience it. Living the life
Oh, my God. It's strange. Okay. Wow. So how did you go from because I grew up in the church too. So how you go from going up in the church and if you don't do this, you going to hell, whatever, to I want to experience life. Where did that transition come in for you? Because when you grow up in the church, that stuff be almost, it's like a cult almost, Mm-hmm.
I think it was just a matter of things happening to me. Mm-hmm. Especially medical related. As I get older, there are things that are happening that I just can't jump back from, in my 20s or when I was younger. Right now, acid reflux. Yeah.
No alcohol.
Yeah, no alcohol. That's crazy.
Child, listen. Oh my God.
So it's it is. Oh, it is a beast.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah, it feels like, sometimes it feels like a heart attack. Sometimes it feels like a stroke.
Wow.
So just having those, and I think the biggest turning point for me was I went camping, and I got bit by, I think a tick or something, and I had got Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Jesus. They were giving me like the medication. I was like in the hospital, whatever. The next day, I was fine. And I got a call from the ER, and she was like, "Hey, I was just calling to see if you were okay." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah.
And then she went on to mention, she was like, "Yeah, most people don't recover from that."
Wow, really?
Yeah. And I think this was maybe,
Jesus.
Maybe she's.
Listen, my button just came off. This is a shit show. Okay, sorry.
Maybe 8 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
So shortly after, not too long after we met.
Yeah.
And then I got into when I heard that, a lot of things started happening, like a downward type spiral.
Wow.
Like my brother's house got shot up.
Jesus.
My grandmother passed.
Lord.
So it was like a downward spiral, and I think it was from like July to December. So it was a very short time frame. And
yeah, because I met you in December. Yeah.
And then I went to see the doctor, and the doctor was like, "I don't know what's going on," but he was like, "Last week, one of my patients came in and looked like you, and then the next week the coroner called."
Jesus.
Yep. So that was the, I guess, turning point
life,
for me. Like, I need to do things,
right.
and then it was my job too, because I was a victim of gender discrimination, and a new thing that I learned, I guess, neurodiversity discrimination.
What is
Whereas,
that?
like, people have cognitive sort of challenges, whether it be like OCD, whether it be Down
ADHD
syndrome, ADHD, and these people, they are normal people too. So when they interview, or it's kind of like test taking. You know how most people, they're not good test takers. Interview is exactly that. It's like a test as to how you will function in this role. And then those people who have trouble sort of taking those tests or interviewing sometimes may not get the job. But I guess the situation for me was, I was reporting to someone who had sort of.
I remember this.
She had went to Chapel Hill, so she felt as though her background in education was stellar, and I was beneath her with my background in education. But again, a lot of that was taxing on me. Yeah. Having to fight that battle at work, and then all these other battles outside of work. So it's kind of like, fuck all of this. Yeah. If I lose this job, I lose this job. But my life from here on out is going to be happy. Yeah. So if I die tomorrow, if I die the next day, there's going to be a smile on my face. So that's kind of where like the transition and the turning point happened for me. So regardless, so if I was broke in the street, I was going to be happy. So
don't look at you smiling. On my
so, But
you just said when we met. How did we meet? Listen, how did we meet? I'm gonna let you tell the story. How did we meet?
So it was New Year's Eve. And one of my friends at the time, that's her birthday is New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah, she was having a party at
where were we?
At Apostrophe. It was called Apostrophe at the time.
Is it so close? I mean, I used to love Apostrophe. I had the best drink from that place. Oh my god, I used to love that place.
I think it's something else now.
Yeah, it's something else. That was a long time ago.
Actually, before she had like the venue was booked. So she had it booked prior to the after party, which the venue was hosting. So her event ended about, I think, like 10 o'clock. Yeah. But I was so turned up. I was like, you know what? Because it was either leave and just go chill somewhere else or just kind of stay. So I stayed, and I was turned up. Like I had the attention of like 50% of the club, and it was crazy. And I just randomly, I went to the bar, right? I just randomly go to the bar. And I see you. I'm like looking up. You know, you tall, got your heels on. I'm like, who is this?
Who is this bitch?
This high pitched,
loud, ready to party, drunk.
And I think what solidified it was like, You asked. I think you may have asked my sign, and I said
did.
Libra, and you started.
That's all I had to hear.
Screaming. And I'm like,
listen, yo. I forgot that I asked you that, but you're right. I asked you your sign, and when you said Libra, I started screaming because I just love that. Cause I know what we are and what we like. I feel like Libra. I feel like Libra is the best zodiac sign.
I feel the same.
I'm so sorry. Like, come for me now. I feel like Libra is the best zodiac sign because how do you even manage your life without balance? You're not going to function in life without balance. We are balanced. We are balanced to anything, any situation, any environment, any person we come on, we're attached to. We bring balance. We are the balance. We are everything. But I asked you, your zodiac sign, and I remember your shoes were really nice. I remember they were really nice. That night for me, so I'm glad to know you were gone because I was gone. Like I was wasted. I was so drunk that night. And for me, if anybody know me, know that I like to dance. Like if I go out, I don't care who around me. Like I don't care if I hear some good music. I don't care if nobody on the dance floor. I'll be out there by myself, dancing by myself. And that's normally just me alone. And I remember I saw you dancing by yourself out there. And I said, hold on, who is this out here trying to take my shine? You know what I'm saying? Yep. So then I saw you dance. I'm like, okay, this is my energy. It's my vibe because I'm all about energy. And then it was on from there. Like, and then you and I went, because, I didn't have a lot of money at that time. And you and I went to a restaurant for brunch. What was it called? Fifth something? Because I never heard of it because he had the money. What was it called? Fifth and something.
Oh, Church and Fifth.
I was like, this is fancy. Yeah. We met there, remember? And we had brunch and we had a good time and it was on from there.
Yeah, it was on from
scary.
There. That was scary.
That was scary.
It was amazing.
But our drive, I feel like my favorite memory of us was our drive in the rain. I mean, I have a lot. So I'm sorry. I have a lot of great memories of us. Yeah. I think the fair that time was one of my favorite memories of us because no one likes the fair with me, but I think you wanted to go. So we ended up going to the fair randomly. But one of my favorite memories, because one thing about me, I know I'm a mom and all this kind of things, but like I am very free spirited, very random. And sometimes it's hard to find somebody who's on that same wavelength. So when I find somebody like that, I attach myself to them because I'm like, okay, this feels like home. And so I remember like, first of all, you came from my apartment because you said I'm out here living in Gastonia in the
country.
Because this is when I had lost my job at the time, and so I moved for another job. Blah blah blah. Blah long story. And I was living in Gastonia, and we was like, what? It was a holiday because I was off. We were both off like on that Monday. Long story short, we got into your Batmobile. I used to feel so free in your Batmobile. What's it called? A slingshot.
Slingshot.
Driving around Charlotte. We were always drinking, having fun. And we was like, let's just go to What was it? Where'd we go? We go to Asheville, right? No?
It was Boone, I think it was.
I don't know. It was some mountains. We went there. It was an hour and a half drive. I had on, I think I just had on a bathing suit.
It got cold.
I had on a bathing suit and a bathing suit cover up and a hat. We went to your house, one of your houses, uptown. And I don't know what happened. We just got in the car and we drove. It started raining. We was listening to music, driving in the rain. Met your friends up there. Had an amazing time outside, running around naked. Y'all listen.
What we were playing
a game that I brought up because I remember your friend was like, it was a game.
Was it Never Have I Ever?
I don't know.
Truth or Dare or something like that.
I don't know.
But
all I know is I was outside running around the house with no top on.
Yeah, that was fun.
Don't look at my boobs. We had the best time.
Yeah, we had the best time. Yeah.
And then in the
s'mores
fair.
and the oven. We made
the what?
The s'mores.
The s'mores. I have that on video somewhere on my phone because we made those s'mores. Oh my god, that was amazing.
That was a good time. Yeah.
And then Waffle House. I feel like either we passed Waffle House or we went to Waffle House the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we woke up, went to Waffle House.
So scary.
And drive back was horrible though.
That drive back was horrible. It was hot. It was so hot. There was no cold rain. It was just heat.
It was just hot.
The Libra in me gets so territorial because I'm sure that you've replaced me with somebody else now that is taking my spot.
As far as like a best friend? No.
As far as like a fun best friend that out here doing the random stuff. Have I tell me the truth now in live time. Have I been replaced? Tell the truth. Don't harm me. No. Okay, good. Let's keep it going. It's crazy
because my circle is completely different.
Yeah.
It is, again, I'm in a bike club. So my circle is full of guys.
Bikers.
But that
was
was
all black.
That was a huge. No, we're actually, and this is I'm actually the president of the bike club, and that was one of my sort of goals to incorporate diversity.
Okay.
Within our chapter here in Charlotte, but is the experience with guys is completely different than sort of our experience.
Yeah.
Our experience, there's more openness. To kind of our experience.
What do you mean openness?
I mean, you're female, I'm a guy.
Yeah.
So there's more things that we can talk about and do than with a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, like that's true.
And then their mindset, a female mindset and the guy mindset is completely different.
Yeah. That's so interesting because like most of like I always say I don't have a lot of friends, but like the friends I have, like the people I talk to on a regular basis, meaning whether it's monthly, bi-monthly, whatever, or who I feel comfortable to call if something was going on, which would be you, and like are mostly guys and like one or two females. So I don't know what that is about. Like, cause I hate that whole narrative about, I'm a female, I only have guy friends. That's not me. It just so happens that happens to be me because I have a bunch of I don't have any sisters. I have only brothers. I'm close to my dad, so I've always been around male energy. But also I'm very much the perfect balance of feminine and masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Because I love you see that. You know what I'm saying? I like to have feminine energy fun, but I also can really hang with one of the fellas and be like one of the fellas. I feel like that's what's gotten me so far in my dating and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, listen, we done got so off track on this thing. Okay, listen. Okay, so I don't know. Do you want to do the some of our issues with dating a Libra, or do you want to do what we've learned in the past 10 years? Tell me what do you want to do? Ooh. Both of them are so good. This could be a two-parter. This could be a two-parter, so y'all bear with us. Okay, listen. Let's start with some of the falsities, which is not a word, of dating a Libra. Now, it could be true, it could be false. I don't know. I'm going to try to run down these and tell me if you agree or you not. Okay. So one of the dating challenges or experiences of dating a Libra is we're very indecisive. Do you agree with that? You can't even decide if you agree, so yeah.
I think so. Oh, but we're indecisive when it comes to things that don't matter.
That's true.
Because if it's important, it's
You're
easy
right.
decision. When it comes to money, when it comes to health, when it comes to party and who's there.
Yeah.
When it comes to like
frivolous.
Stuff that doesn't really sort of align with sort of it's like, I make a decision.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't care either way. I'm with whatever you with.
Yeah. So, I think one of my issues when it comes to like dating and like relationships is that, I am kind of indecisive, and I do, and tell me, because you know me, tell me if this is what you think about this. Like, I do prefer a partner who can make a decision for me. Like, why do you think that is about me? Think about who I've been with. Think about who I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like, I prefer a partner, because even with my friends, like I will call my friends and be like, "What do you think?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll make a decision, but in a dating situation, I would prefer a partner who can just tell me what to do.
Yeah, I think that might be primarily because when we're making like life decisions, life choices, we've thought about it. Whether it's good or bad, we've thought about whether we're going to take the risk or not, and we can immediately make a decision.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other people, it's very, I'm not going to say it's difficult to manage, but it's more like, well, hey, you made a decision, so
it's your fault.
If it doesn't work out, like I'll be there. I'll
it's horrible.
It is, but it's kind of one of those like it really doesn't sit here.
Yeah.
So it's like, make the decision. If it fails, I'm there. I'll support you. I'll help out. I'll catch you if you fall.
Yeah.
Or if something happens in a situation, for example, like dating, like this one girl that I dated, she made a very bad decision, and it cost her our relationship.
Really? What was the decision? You know what to ask that. What was the decision?
She busted my windows.
That's the girl.
That's the girl. Yeah, she busted the windows. So
that's too much.
She made a very bad decision. I mean, after I tolerated sort of everything else.
Because we'll give you chances.
Yeah, we do. But it was kind of one of those things where I was already checked out. It was just the people around me saying, "Hey, you're too quick to cut people. Like, give them a chance. Give them the opportunity. Give them." Yeah, no. Yeah, so she made a bad decision and she got blocked. And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault at all. It was alcohol. So, yeah.
So what about overthinking? Do you feel like you overthink?
Yes, absolutely. I overthink a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially here recently.
Yeah.
But I overthink a lot.
What about desire for perfection?
Yes.
Horrible. It's very horrible. Yes. Like, I haven't realized that, because when you was talking about like how you feel like you might not need to like live with somebody, that has when I first met you, that was never me. Like, that was never me. Like, oh, live together, be together, have this picket fits family, whatever. But like, I feel like I'm a little bit OCD, or like I have this desire for even like the home to look like everything is in its place. You know what I'm saying? So, and even, so that's like in the home, but like even on the outside, like I just want shit to be perfect. And when stuff is like not perfect, and this is, I can be accountable. When something is not perfect, and then perfect by my definition, especially in the planning phase, it throws me off. And you'll see a side of me you don't want to see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm planning events for here, or just anything, like if you are fucking up my road to perfection, then you're going to see a side of me you don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's not right. I mean, I know that but I come with so many pros. Let me just be clear. I come with so many perfections. Oh my God. I come with so many pluses that I feel like those are just minimal glitches that I need my partner to be able to understand me enough and be like, okay, well, she is a perfectionist, or she is in this mode, so I'm just going to let her have her space, or do this to help her. Because, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might be a perfectionist, but I have so many damn pros that little bit of perfectionist psycho should just go with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a glitch. I don't think it's a. Really? I don't think it's a problem. Can be. So, and you know what? Here's with me sort of buying this, and I've had this in the past couple of weeks. This same sort of energy, because I've renovated this place within like a week and a half, and I shut everybody off. Yeah, I cut everybody off because people are prone to coming to me sort of for a good time, or for that balance, for that great energy. But this was something for me that I had to do for me. Yeah. So those who were committed to me, that I trust as friends, and not even like stepping up, whether they did or not, it should have just been there, period. Yeah. Like it never should have been like me having to explain, or me, because you know who I am. Yeah. And again, those who come into your life and stay in your life will understand that about you. And you don't have to look at that as a glitch or a bad thing about you, because it's you. They accept you for who you are. And that's one of the things my best friend said to me, his birthday this year. He sent me this long, drawn out text. He was like, we've been friends 18 years. And he was like, I can appreciate you because you've accepted me for who I am, period. With all my flaws that I guess he felt like he had. Yeah. Like, you look past that. Wow. You accept me for me.
Get you a Libra.
So, again, I was sort of on a mission.
Yeah.
I wanted everything in the right place. I wanted smells to be perfect. I wanted, so I had to cut everyone else out who wasn't aligned with my goal at that point in time. But now, here's the thing. I listed it. I put it on the market Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm. Less than 24 hours, it was booked for overnight. And now I'm booked until February the 9th.
Damn.
So now all of those in my circle who saw my drive, granted that it may not be perfect in everyone's eyes. It was perfect to me.
Yeah.
But then my hard work, it paid off. So they see the benefit of that, I guess, flaw when I get in those moments or that mindset.
Yeah.
So as long as it's beneficial to you and potentially beneficial to your relationship, then we should really see it as a flaw.
That sounds great. That sounds really great. But you have to understand, and one thing I've started to understand recently is that, you know, people see things from different places. Like you might have been just innocently doing something for your real estate to generate more income for you and your situation and your household, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you're hyper focused, and to me, a normal person would be like, okay, they're hyper focused. What can I do to add value to, or give them the space to do what they got to do? That's for me. That's just a 1 + 1 = 2. Mm-hmm. That's for me. Some people could feel like, oh, well, they're giving all their attention to this property or this thing, and now I feel like I'm slighted, and where do I fit in? Blah, 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 drama. Mm-hmm. And like this next thing, we don't deal with the drama. No. This next thing says conflict avoidance, which is, you know, one thing about a Libra, and I feel like you can relate, we don't like to argue. We don't like drama. We don't like any extra, like, to me, I feel like I said just before, like, you know, our sign has so many, and I hate to sound so biased, but we have so many pros. So I feel like, you know, because we know what we come with, and what we come with should not warrant drama, arguing, psycho, none of that stuff. Because my motto for the past 50 years, I'm not even 50 years old. My motto for the past 50 years has been work hard, play hard. Yeah. I'm going to work, get my shit done, have my bills paid, do what I got to do, have my responsibilities. And when I'm playing, I'm playing. And I'm going to be a good ass time. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, it's like the other stuff that comes around that, it shouldn't be. Drama and all that stuff, it makes me malfunction. You know what I'm saying?
So I you know, I run into this a lot, especially with being the leader of this organization. I mean, come on, motorcycle club here. Yeah. So you got a lot of guys with a lot of personalities, dominant personalities and attitudes, and they'll feel some type of way about me. Just regardless, I can just show up and walk in the room. Right. And all of a sudden, it's one girl I was dating at the time. She was like, you walked in a room and it just got quiet. Ooh. It was like your energy is very dominating and it's very sort of like, you know, I run this.
Presence, yeah.
And it's a great energy. It's not a bad energy. But a lot of that comes with insecurity in other people, other men and other women. So I actually got into like a argument to where, well, not really an argument, because again, where someone felt some type of way about me and had all these things and rumors and all of this. They had a lot to say about me. But my response was, you know, I can't vouch for, well, I don't know about your insecurities, and I'm not a therapist to handle your emotions or your feelings about me. Right. So the best advice I can give you is to see a therapist, about your emotions towards me, because my walk of life and yours is completely different. So there's our paths don't cross. Yeah. Our levels don't align. Yeah. So there's no way in this world you should be this emotionally attached to me or the things that I have going on. Yeah. And that's a good pivot. Let's take a little pivot here. Let's take a little pivot here. Okay. Should I say the word I'm thinking? So
Threesomes.
Okay. We going there.
Threesomes. Listen.
Yep.
Okay, again, transparent, raw. You know, I say it every show. I was talking to my friend last week, and me and him was talking about how, like, I was talking about how Jocelyn Hernandez is just such a free spirit when it comes to sex. I'm like, I heard her. I'm repeating to you what I heard her say. I heard her say in the interview with Carlos King that, I don't know how this came about, but she was saying how her, and I hate this word, so y'all, I hate this word, her pussy. I hate that word. Her pussy is so pretty. What a strange pivot, right? Her pussy's so pretty that she just plays with it by herself. She said that sometimes she'll be looking at it and it's just so pretty. And so she was like, she called her husband and she was like, I'm sitting here, and I'm saying it in such a nerdy way. She was like, I'm sitting here playing with my pussy and it's so pretty. I need you to come here and beat it up. And I was like, wow. Like, I so admire that. And so I was telling my friend last week, and he was like, you know, he feel like most women are not like that. Like most women, you know, they might have these certain desires, certain wants, but they're not going to be as expressive as that. And I'm like, shit, you're right. And I'm like, damn, I should be that way, because honestly, in my relationship, my partner uplifts me. Like there should be no insecure bone in my body. I should be very secure in any kind of freak nasty, anything I want to do. I should be secure in any kind of new, you know, I should be secure. But I don't think that I exemplify that. And I kind of know some of the reasons why I don't, you know, in my situation. But just in general, I've never really been that way. You and I are talking about going to Miami like in a couple of weeks. And like, you know, I've been to like a sex house to where like, you know, you can have sex while you're there. There's naked people there. There's new people, you know, you can, like, I didn't have sex when I was there, you know what I'm saying? But you can just be there. And these different like options you have when you're there, and you seem like you're so open, you know what I'm saying? Like even like going to the new beach. I went to the new beach in Miami once. And I would definitely go back, but it was just very like interesting. But you're fine with all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why people put so much. I mean, I get why, because sex, you could be vulnerable. Sex can give you vulnerabilities and insecurities. That I guess you may not realize that you have. But if you're the type of person who's confident in yourself, and I guess, you know, and open, then all those insecurities and those vulnerabilities.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is. Well, let me say this. So
I'm confident, but I'm not, you know, whatever.
To me, it's about like a feeling. It's about like pleasure.
Yeah.
People work differently when it comes to sex.
Okay.
Because I know me, I'm completely different than a lot of. Like I don't have like a lot of sensitive areas, but I do have. But my sensitive areas are really sensitive.
Yeah.
So for like maximum stimulation, then you need to hit all those points, and sometimes it may or may not require multiple situations or multiple people.
Wait. What do you mean multiple situations? What do you mean?
So like a three-way or like
Have you ever heard it before?
Yeah.
Wow. So how was that?
Stay tuned for next week's episode. We'll see you in part 2.